Let's get this thing started.
The trio is back.
Ladies and gentlemen,
He said, "Oh,
let's get it. Man, woman, child, and or beast.
yeah, man.
Am I still allowed to do that?
I don't know.
Who am I to fuck tradition up?
Let's run it back.
Yeah.
Run it back. Let's start it over. Let's get it.
Man,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, women, I don't even know how to
They don't know how to do it.
Come on, man.
He got
that long.
He rusty on that jump shot.
Come on.
He rusty on that jump shot.
Third time's the charm. Let's go.
Step back.
Ladies and gentlemen, women, children, and or beasts. It don't even go the same way, but guess what? The trio is back, and we are back for another episode of your favorite podcast and mine. Don't sleep on the pop.
Oh, man.
I've been on the couch, y'all.
Where is he? We got to keep this.
All right,
I've been on the couch.
We got to keep
Yeah,
this.
man.
He literally been on the couch, man.
I've been on the couch, on the
Rusty,
bench,
man.
on everything.
That bank shot.
Like, come on, man. Like, when you come out, like, you've been sitting there resting for the past, about a month now, man.
How you been?
Come out fresh, man.
How you been reading the game tapes? What you been doing, coach?
Listen, man. You know, it's hard out here for Hadrico. Listen, man, I'm back in the game. Listen, man. Welcome back. Another episode of Don't Sleep on the Couch. It's your man, Hadrico, man. It's been a while, but I'm happy to be back with my man for the grand to my right.
Y'all heard about the J.Cole Noname?
Yeah, that kind of. Yeah, man. So if y'all been under the rock or if you're not into hip hop, essentially what happened is J.Cole dropped a song without knowing really I'm glad we had this time before we potted so we can kind of see the whole story unfold. But initially, I just thought it was a dope track. He rapped about not really knowing what we think he knows as far as being the woke J. Cole or the Kendrick Lamars of the world. Like, we were waiting on something from them, but we haven't quite gotten it. We've gotten other songs from other artists, which we appreciate, but he dropped a song, and namely it was going at a female named Noname. And I'm not a big fan of hers. That's neither here nor there, but I just don't know. I'm not super familiar with her work. But essentially, Twitter lit his ass up in terms of all the time we've been waiting for someone of his stature, like a Kendrick Cole, maybe even Drake. But they're talking about the woke rappers, essentially, right? That rap about the struggle. And, here comes Cole, and he decides to kind of the patriarchy thing. Coming at a woman instead of coming at the topic at hand as far as police brutality and everything else. He could have went many different ways. So that's what his ass was under fire about. So with that said, man, I know you guys read the article, listened to the song. So I'll give my opinion last. So which one of you gentlemen want to take it first?
I'll go first. I think you guys are definitely more in tune when it comes down to the lyrical aspects of the music. But from listening to it, and when I would say from the non-hip-hop ear, I don't listen to music as much as you two do. To me, I felt like this was an unnecessary exhibition. Like, you two this is a waste of time. This is a waste of me to listen to it for the simple fact you spent more time telling me how uneducated you were about something when you could have spent that same time learning about something. Then at the same time, the female, after listening to her verse and listening to some of the things that I kind of picked up from what you said, you do seem like more of an activist. So did you respond because you felt that you were offended, or did you respond because you were trying to get more attention to yourself? So at the same time, we have a time where our race is being attacked, and you two decided to take this time to attack each other instead of attacking the problem. So therefore, you both lose respect for me. And I really don't vibe with either one of you on what y'all did. So it don't get no credibility and no play in my car.
Okay, so I think both of them express themselves through music. So they got their way of talking out and everything. I think Noname, she said what she needed to say because she was feeling like a lot of us do feel like, hey, yeah, we done had all these albums from Cole. We done had all these albums from Kendrick. Y'all can't drop us a song, like get us something like this is what you've been telling us for the longest is actually going on now, and everybody's coming together. Like, where are you at on the charge? Like, you put out all this music, like insinuating all this stuff. So where are you at on that charge? Like, now when she was where it's going now with all this cancel stuff, like you were saying, I think J. Cole did it wrong. I think she's doing it wrong. While both of them putting out a song, it seems like they're going for more of the publicity thing. You got us talking about these two now instead of the actual topics that's going on. You can't tell me they don't have a mutual friend or where's what's the old rap a lot dude? Jay Prince. Where he at now, like to come and just squash this and put an end to this and have people, grown folks talk. If we need that, like at any point, I feel like it's right now that they should just be picking up the phone, have a phone call, squash whatever they need to do, come at a unified stance and go after this instead of like diverting from the topic. Jay-Z can't get them together or something like this. Like end this nonsense before it like. And stop with that cancel culture. Like Kendrick them didn't put out. Okay.
All the good stuff that a person has done. Like I hate that shit goes out the window when you do something wrong. Like everybody is susceptible to doing something stupid or acting or not reading the room, so to speak. So I think that was a perfect example of how Cole can lead next time and say, hey, instead of coming out with that, have a conversation with her. I don't ever recall having another issue with a man or woman that I didn't go to directly, that I went through social media or through my podcast or through whatever the case may be. I call that person directly, or I just don't F with them no more and I don't say nothing. So you can do those things. You know what I mean? So to me, it doesn't really matter what you do. But it's how you do it, and I think Cole came off wrong. And then at the end of the day, it's a lose-lose situation.
It's a lose-lose.
And I'm going to be the male ego here. I don't look right beefing with a woman on wax. Yeah. It's never gonna end well for you when, like, as far as the hip hop heads go. Like, when have you ever seen a battle between a male and a female and it just don't go? So it's just one of them things. Not to say that a female can't hold her own, but it's just one of them things that just don't happen. All I'm gonna say is that Cole was out of pocket, in my opinion, and I don't think he said anything necessarily demonstrative or disrespectful to her. But I do think the timing was totally off. Take the time you need to do your education, do your research. So what you don't know, go do the research and get educated. Nobody's responsibility is to hold your hand and walk you through learning about what's going on. When you show the initiative, then people are more inclined to help you.
Yeah, but if you're going to open it up and you're going to call me out on something, you should at least speak on something, give that initial direction. If you're going to speak on it and you're calling me out for it, you got to throw me out.
She ain't say no name. No name said no names, though.
Top rappers. Is he a top rapper? You said his name. So
but that's what people were leaning towards. Right? They're saying she didn't say a name.
But she did. She said top rapper.
You and I know that.
No. You go ask anybody, is J. Cole a top rapper?
You knew who she was coming at. She was coming at Kendrick and Cole.
Yeah, exactly.
You knew that, but nobody's going to say that because, well, she ain't saying no name. Well, she was throwing rocks and hiding her hand at this point. But again...
But like I said, I think it was, she was biting to actually get somebody. She was throwing out the bait to see if anybody would bite, and then now she can get some publicity a little bit from it. I don't know if that was her intent, but I'm saying that's how it's coming out, and she got people talking about it, more people than that would usually talk about it, and so both of them gaining publicity, and at a point where they should, like I say, just pick up the phone and call each other or make a mutual connection and call each other and just end it and get everything back on topic. They're continuing on. She's dropping a song. He's dropping a song. Now there's a beef over what? That both of us should be out there marching instead of making this song?
And that's why I think the point is where I try to come in at. Well, right now we got other issues going on and we too busy making a song when we got to be, in other words, we should be fighting against other things, but yet we taking the time to be fighting against each other.
So many different angles you could come from with that. You know what I mean?
And that's what I'm coming at. So where do you go with this? Is this the time to be sitting here making diss tracks? And when you say diss tracks, they both kind of did it to the point to where I can technically say I'm not talking about you. So this is something just something different that you can kind of go with. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's just different things and different stuff that you can do. So, any way you want to look at it, you can kind of look at it and see how they're doing things and see what we got going on. So, what else we got on the docket, gentlemen?
So, let's take it to our new favorite sport. Oh, NASCAR.
Oh,
NASCAR back in it again.
Now we back into. I mean, there's gonna be a downer.
1 week of championing to this nonsense that we got this week.
Yeah. So
if you have been, like you said, if you have been under a rock or hanging in the garage. Go ahead.
Hanging.
Yeah, y'all go ahead, man. While I find the.
So basically, The young man who made a
Bubba.
very Bubba,
But yeah,
big Bubba,
yeah.
It's coming on.
made
Bubba over here
who made a courageous stand.
I got it.
About this moment. Well, first of all, I feel like a fool because I just told you, what, Bud, not an hour ago?
This is Marty Smith of ESPN. Is he
The
former
sport
NASCAR?
had
No, he
come
is
so
a
far,
NASCAR, like,
and then we
Okay, so he's the NASCAR correspondent
I
for
will tell you
ESPN.
that I
Speaking
spoke
on the
to a
noose
senior NASCAR
being
official just
what
a
was it
few
put
moments
in
ago,
Bubba's house
And they
in his garage?
reiterated that
Yeah, so
statement.
Bubba
They're gonna
NASCAR's
find
only
who this
black driver
person
had a
is.
noose in his house.
They're
So
going to
turned it up for you guys.
eliminate this person from the sport forever because this sport is moving forward. This sport is in a progressive mode. This sport is in a moment where this crap, this despicable crap, is not only not acceptable, but there's just no place for it. And whomever that is, I hope that you are so ashamed of yourself. I hope that you realize that that is someone's dignity and that is someone's.
So again, that's Marty Smith just kind of touching on the noose being in Bubba's garage, man. Like just about a week or so after.
Yeah. So it was in at the Talladega where his car's supposed to be. They found it up in there. They're doing the investigation. I love NASCAR's response to it. Again, you can't control everybody up in there, but they said they will find this person. They will be kicked out. So they should have cameras everywhere. Shouldn't be that hard to find this person or the people.
Wait, time out. This is not his home garage. This is garage
at Talladega.
At Talladega. Oh, okay, gotcha.
So and this is why I think NASCAR full of shit. You have these cars. How much do you think a car is worth? One of these cars. How much do you think one of these cars worth?
I have to venture maybe 250, 500 with all of the parts and bells and whistles. Yeah, 500,000.
If I press the lock button on my $10,000 truck, you don't think that place is heavily guarded and watched? So for them to tell me we're gonna find out who did this, bullshit. You already know. You know who did this. And the fact that you're not releasing the name of who did this tells me that you're full of shit.
I'm not gonna jump to conclusion.
No, it's not a conclusion.
I'm not gonna.
It's not a conclusion.
I don't know what they know.
They made a movie called Talladega Nights. Ricky Bobby and Ricky Shake and Bake had cameras. You don't think they had a camera on a garage where you kept a $250,000 car?
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna jump. I will wait to see how this shake out. If next week we still talking about NASCAR and they ain't came up with it, maybe we'll start making some assumptions then. But I'm still made. I'm gonna hold out until like everything. No,
if you go to the BX, still they know who did it.
But this is the day one of it being reported.
Yeah.
So I'm with Prez. You got to give it some time. This is day one of it being reported. They probably found out about it 1 or 2 days ago. I can't. I'm not. Yeah, I ain't gonna jump off the ledge. I ain't gonna jump off the ledge. I'll stay on the ledge. You can jump off that. You can plunge. You can take the plunge. Yeah.
But we'll see how it pan out. But I will be watching it. And pull the phone.
Let me ask you this question,
Bubba. We got your back. But yo, we like once again, I gotta say it one more time. Foot stomp this Saturday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. Oh, well, no, not 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We get the times out to you. Pay attention to our Instagram and all that.
2 o'clock Eastern Time.
2 o'clock.
1 o'clock Central. And if you're on our time, it's like 8 p.m.
Yeah, don't mind me. I've been drinking.
Yeah. Man, we said 30 minutes.
It's cool when you got 3 people in. And you got 3 people in here.
Quick in and out. And
it wasn't even that. We got on. Yeah. We went long on topics.
Did go for it went for like 5 minutes on the intro, because somebody 4 weeks on the bench. Come on. It still ain't warmed up.
Clank them.
Listen. Clank. Ladies and gentlemen, man, woman, child, or beast.
He came out.
Back now, baby.
He came out shooting ducks, or throwing ducks rather, just floating them up there. He truly had a Jameis Winston.
And we out.